to you. I'm sitting here working 7 to 3, so get home, it's almost dark. Had things to do anyway. Happy New Year, everybody. This is New Year's Day. I'm sitting here by myself, so I figured I'd go ahead and make a short video. Do this Gold Bay bag. This is 1 gram chunky from Gold Bay. Now I'm not going to do a review because I'm sure there's 1 gram of chunky gold in there and maybe some small flakes too. But I'm going to classify this and pan it as we go along. And we'll see how far we get. It's a little, looks like it's a little damp. I know how this stuff is composed. This is like wash sand, bigger pebbles, and then a little, good bit of very fine black sand in the bottom. Anybody that's done Gold Bay bags knows that's pretty much how the bags are composed. So. See all those pebbles in there? It's classified the ½ inch. The pebbles part of the bag is. That's how that's composed. This stuff is damp, so it's going to have little bits of gold stuck to it, stuck to the pebbles. So I have to pan it out, and that's what we're going to do. So we'll pan it as we go, get some jet dry. There's a little bit of soap in the water, but we'll use some jet dry too. I just spilled gravels all over this stuff over here. So here we go. Since it's chunky, I don't know if there's going to be something in the bigger stuff or not. Could very well be. But I'll wash those stones off pretty good. Everything's stratified. Get some of that mud out of there. We'll take some of these stones off the top, put them in that cup, and throw nothing away. Rinse it some more. Let's see, no shiny yet. And those pebbles, didn't expect to really. When I rake the gravels out of here, I don't dig my fingers the whole way to the bottom of the pan. So I have some bigger pebbles in that bucket, but that's okay. I got all kinds of buckets to clean out before spring. I still have Arizona cons that I haven't finished. For those who didn't know, yeah, I spent almost 2.5 weeks in Arizona in late September, early October. I was fortunate enough to have access to some nice places up in the mountains up there, thanks to Andy and Amy's Arizona Adventures. Their family owns some property up in the Bradshaw Mountains, And I did a lot of digging on Lynx Creek and some other places. I'm a GPAA, LDMA member, so I got access and got on to some GPAA claims. I'm paying this down. Yep, there's gold in there. Couple nice pieces. Let me show you these. See that one, that big one there, right here. It's flat, but it's big. And this one here looks almost like it could be, it was trying to be two, or it was getting ready to break. But we'll set them aside and get some more going here so we can get this done. See if there's any small stuff in that pan. I'm not seeing any small stuff, so a little more water. Classify a little bit more. That should be enough for this. It's funny how, I mean, they actually do a professional job. They their gold bags are composed a certain way, so you pretty much know what to look for when you get into them, which is okay. I prefer wild gold myself, but when you're stuck in the house in the winter, it's either work last year's cons or mess around with some pay dirt. And I'm not quite ready to do last year's cons yet. If I get a chance when I'm working 11 to 7 next week, I'll be back out at my local creek. Get some of that mud out of there. Gotta watch, because I'm pretty sure his this stone that he adds to his pay dirt comes from a mine, and you can get a specimen every now and then, piece of quartz or something with some gold in it still. Yeah, let's do this here. Bring some more of them stones out of there. So I wanted to tell you, each year I pick one of the channels. Maybe somebody hasn't been able to get out much or something. had too much going on, too much to do, and you know they love to get out. Or somebody that's going for 1,000 subscribers or something like that. And I try to send them something special. So this year, I picked M&M Prospecting. They're in Tennessee. Great people. Melissa and Mike are nice people. They're in that community. They're always trying to help somebody and stuff, which is a good thing when and if you can do it. But they're also setting up a homestead, a house out in the country up over there. They bought a double wide and they had it brought in and they had to set it all up and they did get out a little bit, but they didn't get out, I know, as much as they would like to. So I put a bag together for Mike and Melissa. I put a package together for them, a housewarming gift, and there's a nice little picker right there. Maybe you can see it. We'll set that aside. And I believe that's all we're going to get out of this pan. So, anyway, Mike and Melissa, if you see this, I sent you a bag that I made up that has Pennsylvania cons, Arizona cons, and 0.265 grams of Pennsylvania gold. So that's hard to come by, but it's in the bag, and you'll find that it has Pennsylvania black sand in it, which you'll bless me for, especially since some of it has been roasted and has very fine gold in it. So there's probably more than 0.265 grams. And I roasted some of that, and I just went ahead and added it to the bag. It's got some Arizona cons in it that I was getting specs out of. So that's more than 0.265. Doesn't matter. I think that Mike's going to enjoy the bag. I made up a glass bottle with a cork in it as a kind of a necklace thing. I don't think it'll work out, but anyway, it's got some specimens in it and some rose quartz and stuff like that, and that was from Melissa. And I sent him some coins and things from my stack. So, like I said, each year I try to pick somebody out and help them out or do something nice for them. And I can't do nothing for everybody, but I could do something for one person each year. So, Mike and Melissa, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. That's for you. Yeah. Jason, that's what we drink in Pennsylvania. It's the oldest brewery in North America. Family-owned business. Yuengling Lager. And Andy from Andy and Amy's Adventures, Arizona Adventures, and Amy both know that beer, but they can't get it where they live. Anyhow, I'll be taking some out to them when I go out this coming October. Get this in here, stratify it. Rinse that mud off the top. Start wash those stones. Get them out of there. I can tell you, I'm going to fill that cup with these stones. That's how much is going to come out of that bag. About better than halfway through the big stuff in the bag, so I don't like to run the video's too long, but I don't do it very often, besides when I talk. So. Alright, let's see what comes out of this thing. So this coming year, I'm going to head to Arizona for 1 week. Head to the North Yuba and the High Sierras for the second week. Live maybe a little longer. And then stop back in Arizona before I head back for home. But I'll be driving out, so that's the kind of thing I do. And this fall, or this spring, at some point, I'll be heading for North Carolina to hang out with J.P. Lawns, Benzo, Lee Hendricks, fellow prospectors down there. They all got good channels. Nice guys, decent people. Looking forward to that. My son wants to go along with me on that one. Might take 2 sons with me, depends on if the other one can get loose to go. Now there's starting to get little stuff now. Another flat picker. It's flat, but it's a picker. Put that there and get it a bit there. And there's a little speck in here somewhere. I saw at least one. Glare from these fluorescent lights doesn't help. There's 2 specks. Sure it wasn't even meant to be part of it. Flower gold. But I spotted them by then. Now they're in my snuffer. Okay, I'll keep fooling around with that. Keep this glass body done. I was saying 4 pickers so far. I expect to get some decent stuff out of this pan. Yeah, there's 4 pickers up here on the table. It's all good and wet, stratified. Big ones out of there. Rinse off the mud. Start peeling off the stones. This will be the last of the stones anyway out of this bag. And then we'll pay the smaller stuff. A little rock across the damn kitchen floor. just about a cup of stones, or a cup and a half there. It's about a cup and a half. This is a 16-ounce cup. Yeah. I've been watching another channel that I picked up over the holidays here out in Motherlode country. Doesn't really say where he's from, and I understand why. It's called O. Eric, A-U Eric, and him and his dad and his brother and some other guys that get out together out there, and they're at it for real. So you get a chance to watch them, they're fun to watch too. We'll finish this pan and start doing the small stuff. That real fine black sand. Okay, here we go. That classifier cleaned out in case I use it on something out of the creek. I have fine gold in there. I think I got it from the creek when I got it from a pay dirt bag. Put a little of this in there. And I think I'm going to pause you till I get back to the cleanup, to find the cleanup, because this stuff's going to take a while. It's got very fine black sand in it. So I'm going to pause you, bring you back on a bit. Okay, I figured I'd turn you back on for the last little bit, and then I'll do a snuffer dump. Yeah. This stuff has really fine black sand in it. You can find that in places, but it's always composed of those pebbles, those half-inch and below, and a lot of wash sand, and then you get down to that very fine black sand at the end. But if you pay for a gram of gold, you get a gram of gold. So, and sometimes you get at spot, sometimes you get a little less. Sometimes you pay for spot and the next week gold went up anyway. So if you really think about it that way, more luck to you. I don't do this for money. I do like to get a nice take out on the river somewhere or something now. I do like to get something decent. Yeah, I got that washed down just about the black sand. I'm seeing some flakes of gold. So wash it back and see what it looks like. And I'll bring it around there so you can see it. go now. Just that where you want it. Maybe that. Now you can see. It go right up the top row there, where it usually shows up unless somebody don't have their technique down. A lot of tiny stuff in there, even with the chunky gold. I'm gonna have to pan it back around again before I do a snuffer dump. There's a couple little flakes. Must have washed them down. Still, when you're used to finding little flakes, they're important to you. So. Okay. Yeah. Do a snuffer dump. Oh, it's sucking up a lot of jet dry in there. Huh. Must have had more in there than I thought it did. Okay, pour some of this off. Okay. Anyhow, that's what I got out of that bag. I'm going to put my thumb down in there, maybe it'll focus. Lock the light. Yeah, like I said, there's some 4 nice pickers in there, some other little chunky pieces, and a bunch of fines. So, that's going to be it for tonight. I will try to get back out to the creek here probably this coming weekend. And until then, Happy New Year. And until I see you again, see you next time I see you.